Hello, hello. It is the Trading Captain. I'm currently setting up $16.84. As you can see here, I only took one singular trade today, so again, very slow market. A lot of things weren't moving, and I was kind of calling this out at the start because we did just come out of Thanksgiving from yesterday, and today is also a half day, so I really wasn't surprised to not see much momentum today. As for stocks I was watching, we had ADTX. This was one that moved up pre-market. Ended up selling off though, and it didn't really give the curl that I wanted to give it that conviction, so I didn't really look at this one too much. We had KTTA. This was one where the float was much higher. I wasn't very interested for most parts of this move. However, once we saw the volume coming in here, I was a little more interested, but just didn't give the proper pullback I was really looking for to give that clean entry. So I didn't end up trading this one either. We had LHSW. Now, while I initially turned it down because of this very suboptimal pull-out breakout here, there was also no actual catalyst for this. I wasn't really going to touch it. However, when I saw this breakdown and saw this extended breakdown, I decided at this point with this volume, this was overextended and likely going to do some kind of retracement. So I ended up buying into this, and I was trying to get in at 117. There was a sell order at 116, but I was just like half a second too slow, so couldn't get it. Unfortunately, that turned what would have been a $26 winner into a $16 winner, but that's just how it goes. You can't always time the bottoms, especially whenever something like this happens. It's very, very difficult to actually time the bottom. So small winner on this one, honestly, actually closer to a decent winner. Very nice trade overall. I gave this an A quality. It would have been an A+ if I could have actually gotten that fill where I wanted it. Moving on, we had SMX. This was a very, very crazy move that happened. Just to go back here. So on Wednesday, we had this very nice squeeze up, and I was really looking for some kind of retest and breakout. I was looking for a trade in this area here whenever we were having these pullbacks. And I did actually mark out this exact entry here. So I was looking to get in here, but ultimately I was a little bit too afraid to pull the trigger. The price was just too high. I was taking 1/8 size. I believe this was appropriate size, but I was just too afraid to pull the trigger. And I mean, when you look back at this too, before this breakout had happened, to be fair too, I'm buying very, very high up here. So there's certainly reason to be afraid of buying in this kind of environment, even with 1/8 size. So I'm not going to be too hard on myself with it. But I was considering that trade and just didn't end up pulling the trigger. So overall, good day today. One green trade, not very crazy or exciting or flashy, but I'm just happy to have ended the week green, happy to have tried to do what I thought was the best opportunities. And overall, this was a green week. Gotta be happy for that. So next week, the plan is similar. Because we've been having mostly cold days, I don't really see the need to increase aggression. I think it's best just to keep playing this conservative game. Once we start seeing stocks moving and holding at these levels and holding at higher levels, then I think it is more rational to try and trade more aggressively, give more exposure time, etc., etc. So that pretty much wraps up the recap. If you like what you saw here, please do leave a like. It helps me out. I stream every morning from 7 a.m. till 9 a.m. for the market sessions. So if you're interested in that, check them out. And with that said, I will be back next week. Take care, everyone.